Hello, bookworms, and welcome to a place where books come to life. So, get cozy. It's the Cozy Bookworm. The Tantrum That Saved the World by Megan Herbert and Michael E. Mann, with permission from North Atlantic Books. Bing bong! Sophia was minding her business one day when, quite without warning, a bear came to stay. The ice that he lived on had ceased to exist. He hoped that Sophia would kindly assist. Startled and flustered, Sophia said, "No!" But the bear came right in. He had nowhere to go. Bing bong! More out-of-towners arrived needing aid, asking if it was all right that they stayed.
Somehow the seas have flooded our land.
The kids ran right in. They were quite out of hand. Sophia attempted to turn them away.
We've got nowhere else,
was all they could say. Surprising arrivals showed up all day long. Bing bong, bing bong, bing bing bong. A sad swarm of bees had not one idea if spring had just come or fall was quite near. A pale pink flamingo, hungry and weak, bugged a sea turtle whose outlook was bleak. Both were upset that the sites of their nests were being disrupted by unwanted guests. Farmers whose farmland was withered and dry griped with the seamen who couldn't get by. Where had the fish gone? Where was the rain? They wanted to work more, not sit and complain. A large Bengal tiger just chucked with dismay. Everyone wisely stayed out of his way. They all turned to face her with hope in their eyes, expecting Sophia to halt their demise. "I'm just a kid. What can I do?"
Someone must help us. It's now up to you.
Sophia, by this time, felt nothing but stress. Her day was disrupted. Her house was a mess. She had no idea how she ought to begin to help them all out of the bind they were in. Unable to put up a front anymore, she went to her bedroom and slammed shut the door. Hiding and fretting, she couldn't think why. These folks were resolved to grey up her blue sky. She wanted to scream and to act uncontrolled, but tantrums were pointless. That's what she'd been told. Still, it wasn't Sophia's fault they were in strife. She'd tell them politely to get out of her life. But what she saw next brought Sophia up short. They weren't here to spite her, they needed support. All of a sudden the girl understood. Goodwill costs nothing and does nothing but good. Now that she realized compassion was key, Sophia would call on the powers that be. "Let's go," said Sophia. "Next stop, City Hall." The grown-ups would sort this mess once and for all. "I need an appointment regarding this fauna who've noticed our planet becoming a sauna. So bring us the top dog, the biggest big cheese, to solve all our problems and put us at ease." They said,
"Take a number and wait if you please."
Sophia attempted to move things along. "The fact we've been waiting so long is quite wrong. This tiger's hungrier by the minute. This pink flamingo's reached her limit. This polar bear is far too warm. These bees can hardly form a swarm. Someone must help them. Why not you?"
We see you're upset, but we've got things to do.
Sophia felt beaten and quite disrespected. She never imagined that she'd be rejected. Again, she felt feelings of rage multiply, but she squashed them back down and started to cry. Her friends, also glum, gathered round in support. They all shared their stories to make the wait short. Sophia soon saw how each tale was connected, that everyone loses when one part's neglected. How would she feel if her land were depleted? Her food disappeared, her home overheated. And what was to say that she wouldn't be next? She'd already noticed weird weather effects. How could their leaders command them to wait? If they dilly-dallied, would it be too late? Sophia thought deeply and then made her choice. She had to give those who'd been silenced a voice. Sophia stepped forward, ignoring the line. She spelled out the science and held up her sign. When someone else suffers, the whole world's affected. The earth is our home. We have to protect it. Despite her sound logic, she still was deflected.
Your sentiments sweet, kid, but what you don't get is fixing these problems will put us in debt. We've done all we can, you don't understand. You're too young to grasp all the issues at hand. If you've got something you still need to say, send in a form and we'll file it away.
Pushed to the limit, Sophia saw red. She felt disregarded and mocked and misled. She did understand what this was about. It was her future they planned to sell out. Sophia's strong feelings smouldered once more, and this time they'd gotten too big to ignore. Raging with purpose, her banner unfurled. She kicked off a tantrum to save the whole world. It rumbled down streets into towns of all lands. It echoed in forests, on glaciers and sands. People and creatures alike felt its force. They ditched their distractions and looked for the source. There was Sophia and friends holding court, telling the people to lend their support. Cooperative action could turn this high tide. They had strength in numbers and right on their side. Step 1 was to stop using oil, gas and coal. Step 2 was to educate every last soul on practical things they could do every day to have an effect in a positive way. They told their officials inside City Hall to pass laws with foresight to better them all. They all told more people who told more folks still. They won hearts with kindness and minds with goodwill. And so on, until everyone was doing the hard work that had to be done. Sophia's new friends soon waved her goodbye. They'd made second chances, had new homes to try. They asked her to visit for a weekend or two. Bing bong! But Sophia was busy. She had things to do. If you love the Cosy Bookworm, click like and the bell below. Click subscribe for even more stories. Oh! Cheeky worm.